Smail. And I'm obliged to start by saying that I'm a runner.
Yes.
It's kind of like being a vegan. If you don't mention it in the first 5 minutes, are you really a runner? So I got a wife and 2 kids. Met my wife back in Tassie. I was working in a bit of a dead-end job down there, and we're looking at a way to get out of Tassie. So I applied to Police Force and Defence Force.
Yeah.
And Army got back to me first. So here I am, 18 odd years later.
Wow.
So yeah, I joined the Army, and then my wife joined a couple of years later once she finished her degree. And yeah, that was just sort of our out of how to get out of Tasmania really at the start. But my career, like everyone's career is different, but my career's been a bit of an odd one, I think, from my perspective. So I've been in service throughout East Timor, Afghanistan, Iraq. However, have been wrong place, wrong time, wrong job for every single deployment. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But regardless, I've really enjoyed my career. So early on, I got an Army Marine course, which then set me up for a posting to 36 Water Transport. And at 36 Water Transport, I got to cruise the top end of Australia for about 2 years on one of the Army barges, and visited like Victoria Settlement, untouched beaches that you'd swear no one's ever been to before.
Was that your first unit?
And I was at One Sisby before
that's
that.
right.
That's where I got the Marine course.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was a fantastic experience. Went swimming in the dead centre of the Gulf of Carpentaria, which I can't imagine many people have done.
Wow.
And yeah, just got to work with some of the Indigenous people up there as well as part of some of the exercises. And they're just absolutely incredible, some of the stuff that they can do and what they know about the land. And it gave me a real appreciation for them and what they do. And so having the Marine quals, I was then set up to go to a SF posting to Commando, which again was really good. So I got to see, so I'd seen the North Coast, and now I got to see all of the East Coast, all the way up through to Cairns and back down. Doing various exercises with them and seeing the awesome kit that they get to work with and how professional they are with their training.
Yeah, it's good to be around that, and we were saying it on the walk up here too about having that elite environment.
Yeah,
everything's like just of another calibre up, and it enables you to perform a lot better too.
Yeah.
So you didn't seek out Marine, did you?
No,
it just happened by chance.
No, so I was at work one day, and the sergeant came up and said, "Hey, there's a LC-mate course. You want to go on it?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll go."
Yeah.
Because at that stage, it got you a pay rise, so I'm like, I'll do anything to get me a pay rise.
Yeah. Right.
And so they bundled me off over to Townsville, and when I walked in the door, there was pictures on the wall, and that's where I actually learnt what an LC-mate was. Before that, I had absolutely no idea. So Marine was like a complete stumble for me, but it totally changed my career profile from what it could have been. But yeah, so from that was sort of my last real trade posting. I then went into ops roles and training commands and things like that.
Yeah.
I did try and go back for a brief stint into trade, but didn't really work out. I didn't really enjoy it that much. So
that was what you did down in Adelaide, eh?
Yeah, 16 Reds in Adelaide. I sort of felt like a bit of a fish out of water because I've been out of trade for basically the whole rank of corporal.
Yep.
And then, so now I've moved from those background roles and training roles into more of a personnel management role, similar to yourself.
Yeah, which is another fortuitous thing. Like, it's all by chance, and I'm all about grabbing opportunities with both hands.
Yeah.
And although that Marine course happened by chance, as a crafty that just wants to get his hands on a specialist course, which resulted in a pay group, meant that you now got a career that was sort of, water was used as a launch pad to where you are now.
Yeah.
But it evolves over time, man, and we're both in a role that I enjoy it, and I'm sure you do too, with your exposure to people.
So
my first memory of you was as a runner at trade school. Were you always a runner before then? How did you...
So I think I always had a bit of a natural ability.
Yeah.
I never trained for it, anything like that. The first time I really started training for it was in 2019, where a mate of yours was going to do a marathon, and you were like, well, if he can do one, I can do one. And I was like, well, if you can do one, I can do one.
It's lovely how that works.
So
what's that called? It's like not spite, but it's like by comparison, you'll find it, and that's I guess what people. It's a level of inspiration, but it's not like I'm in awe of what you do. It's like I'm going to do it because you did it, and I'll show you that I can do it. It's funny
just to prove I'm as good as you.
Yeah.
So yes, off the back of 3 months training, I went out and did my first marathon. We won't talk about the last 5Ks, but I did absolutely love it. And literally the next week, I signed up for 100K Ultra, which was then another 3 months later on.
It's a slippery slope.
It is. And then, I love that, and I thought, well, how far can I go? I'm basically an amateur at this.
Yep.
I've already ticked off these couple of things. So since then, I've done a couple 100 milers, and I've maxed out 175 Ks. And yeah, there's not a lot of races where you can go much further than that in Australia.
Yep. Well, DU 135s last year.
I know.
So there goes your
devastated.
2026.
Yeah. That was the plan for next year, but that's now gone.
So now with that, 175K in that particular run back in 2022.
Yep.
I'm keen to share, or I'm keen for you to share how you manage because I'm sure there's a demand training-wise, planning, life, the disruption that it might cause. How do you, I don't want to use the word manage, but how do you involve your family and include them and balance that tightrope of the time required to train and then not neglect your duties as a dad and a husband?
Well, the trick is to get them involved and get them interested in it. So one of the things we did was park run. So I started doing park run and then started dragging my son along.
Yep.
And then my wife's like, well, if you're going off doing this thing, I'll come as well.
Yep.
And then my daughter had to come. And so
because you can't have the three, you can't leave her at home.
All of us were doing park run every week.
Yep.
And they've all since gone on and done other longer stuff.
Yep.
Like my son's done an ultra marathon at the age of 10.
That's crazy.
So he did a backyard ultra.
Yep. And he featured on a podcast.
Yeah. He's had a few name drops.
So that there is, like, to have a 10-year-old that was willingly wanting to sign up because Dad's doing it. Like, I don't know. Surely you're aware of the impact that you're having on him and your daughter.
Yeah, you've got to be careful of the impact though, because he just wants to run. Like every race we enter, he's like, oh no, I want to do the longer distance. And you got to juggle the fact that he's still young, still developing, and I don't want to over commit him to that kind of thing. But you still want to encourage that drive to be the best you can be and to push yourself as hard as you can.
Yep.
So it's just finding that balance of, well, we've done this long one, now we'll do a few short ones, and then we'll go back into something a bit longer again. So,
and that's because my involvement in kids athletics, to get a kid to want to get up and do something is the toughest battle.
Yep.
So you're in a unique position where you got to temper his enthusiasm now because he wants to do it. But he'll learn, because he was a little bit, how you going after it. Luckily, not too serious. But that exposure to that is, you can refer back to that and say, hey, remember what happened last time?
Yeah.
And to have that rep as a 10-year-old now, what's he, 11, 12?
We'll be turning 12 in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying that your missus is involved as well?
Yep.
So she's getting after it her own way as well?
Yeah. So she's done a 15K the longest.
Yep.
And then she's planning on doing a half marathon in the next 12 months.
Awesome.
And then,
Are you on crewing duties or pacing duties?
I don't know.
Don't know yet.
Well, she hasn't picked a race to do it on yet, so we'll see.
Bobby originally set out to do 3K with me on Saturday, and you seen her before you nicked off, but she ended up doing 12.
Yeah, she couldn't believe it. She was talking to me on the top of Monument Hill.
Yep.
And she's like, it couldn't have been that far.
And she was there for a long time.
So I got out my Strava and I mapped it out and said, look, this
is where you came from.
It's 12 Ks.
Yeah, and that's
easy.
I'm obviously preaching to you, but I preach it to others as well, and you know where I'm coming from. They need people who are in different, they're in different parts of their development and appreciation for running, but they can just, I hope so many people believe that from Saturday they can do a lot more than what they think they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, you said to me, do you remember the quote you wrote in my book?
Oh, absolutely. It's my favourite quote.
It's one of my favourite now, and I'll let you say it.
Yeah. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've used that a couple of times now.
Yeah.
So I've paid
It's a good
royalties.
quote. I don't know who it... I can't claim it as my quote. I got it from someone else, obviously, but I don't know who it was, so I can't give them credit. But
my two favourites, that one, and if you want to go fast, go alone.
Yep.
You want to go far, go together.
Absolutely.
And we proved that to be the case on Saturday. So park run.
Yeah.
Why
haven't you done one yet?
It has traditionally come into conflict with my Saturday long run.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm finding it hard to do. Talk to me about why you've made it work with your family. This isn't a plug for Parkway, by the way. This isn't a plug for Park Run, by the way. I'm just fascinated by...
I think the beauty of it is that it doesn't matter how fit you are. My wife, when she started, she's got really bad knees, and 5Ks is a long way for her. She started out and she was just walking it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter whether you walk it and it takes you an hour and 20 minutes. It doesn't matter if you do it in under 20 minutes.
Yep.
It is for everyone, and it's something that the whole family can be involved in.
Yep.
It's a little bit limiting when your kids are under the age of 11 because you've got to run with them.
Yeah.
You can't go for a PB every week.
Is that a park run rule?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get away with it at some of the smaller ones, but
Yeah.
some of the bigger ones, you really need to run with your kids because they'll just get trampled in the crowd.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Ones like Albury where they can get up to 400 people, you don't want a 8-year-old trying to get their way through that. But yeah.
So you mentioned 2019, and you
Yep.
mentioned how we were jostling. I remember we did a marathon. We were comparing times. We were comparing this.
Yeah, I think I was faster than you.
We'll move on to the next comment. I draw a lot of inspiration and motivation from what you've done, and I don't think I've ever actually thanked you, because it's easy to go quiet and then not pursue anything because you don't have anyone else to share those experiences with. So
Yep.
I think I got to I don't know, reflection is everything. I do a lot of reflecting and try and actually take lessons away from those sorts of events. But your 175k in 2022 was because I was in a bit of a dark place. I was isolated in Sydney. I couldn't really do much. I had no interest. I was a bit of a lull and just a bit of a sack, to be honest. But seeing you do that and then rekindled my passion because that was September.
Yep.
Is that because that was around your birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, mate, from my first memory of you running in 2008 to now, and then notably 2019 to now, and sporadically throughout those years, you've certainly inspired me and motivated me to be like, okay, and it circles back to, if he's still doing it, then I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
So, mate, I'm
You
extremely
can't be the
grateful.
one to quit first.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Except if you're doing a backyard,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe
But
get away with it.
no, I'm very grateful for what you've done to set the conditions, mate. You've set the standard.
It works both ways. I'm certainly inspired by you, especially things like this, where you've, I go out and I do races, and that's probably a very selfish thing. That's all about me.
You make it work
and,
with what you want
and what I want to do.
Yep.
Whereas you've gone out and done it for the community, and that's an inspiration for me.
Only because I don't want to pay for the races.
Yeah.
Like when I swept the Bogong.
Yeah.
No, and look, you
You
find a
have
way.
the RSL for sponsorship now.
Yeah, that could work. That's a good idea. Jamie, take note.
If I could share one piece of advice
Yep.
with someone facing a tough challenge, what would it be? And in true Army fashion, I couldn't narrow it down to one thing, so I made an acronym so that I can explain 4 things
Good.
rather than just one thing.
I'll edit it and I'll go pew down the side of the screen.
All right, so the acronym is STAR, and the first one for S is to start. So any challenge that you're facing, you can't defeat that challenge until you start it. In the same way that you've done this run, if you don't take that first step, you're never going to finish it. You're not even going to make a dent in it. And I even liken it back to, the kids cleaning their bedroom. They'll come and go, oh, I can't clean it, there's so much mess, I can't do it, I don't know where to start. Start anywhere. Doesn't matter where you start, clean up that little patch, and then you've got a clean bit. And you can clean up the next little bit. Which sort of leads into the T, which is tackle small problems. So whether it's cleaning your room or, a massive run, you've got to break it down into bite-sized pieces that are manageable. So if you're at the start of this run and you look at it and you go, oh, I've got to run over 100 Ks, it's just an insurmountable task. If you go, oh, I've got to run to Red Light Hill, I'm going to do it by this time at this pace. I'm going to have this support in place. It becomes a manageable exercise, and piece by piece, you achieve make your way through that whole challenge.
And one of the big things that I remember is running with you between when you rocked up out of the blue outside Barranduda, and you made a comment around how I was overthinking the rest of what was left, and it was just like, you've run this far before. We were we're like 5 Ks more than what I'd done in a training run, which I was hopping and skipping and jumping around, and I got on with the rest of my day. And you're like, you're overthinking it. You've been here before, so that it makes it's certainly relevant with that point. Just tackle little bits and just deal with that. So 100%, man.
So the A is ask for help. So I know when you originally planned this, I don't really know what your plans were when you first started.
That was pretty loose.
but I think your initial intent was no matter what, I'm going to get this done. Even if I've got to do it on my own with Bobby. Just having a couple of drink stations somewhere for me. And I know you put out that call for help, and you ended up with like a dedicated 6 or 7 person crew, whatever it was. And there was probably a dozen people running with you most of the way. And people won't do things for you, but people are happy to help you. And all you got to do is ask. Say, I'm having these difficulties or this problem. Can you help me?
So many people come out of the woodwork offering their help. And they would start with, where do you need me? And I'm like, I don't know, because I had no reference point. And it was just last time I did it was Bobby in the boot of the car, and I cached sandwiches and bloody water bottles and stuff and ran past servos. But people are inclined to help, especially with the feet, because they want to be involved.
But it doesn't have to be something inspirational. It's any challenge you're facing in your day-to-day life, people are willing to help you. And you just got to ask for it. The last one you've slightly touched on already, but the R is reflect. So there's sort of 2 parts to it. So one part is looking back on previous tasks you've done, or previous challenges you've faced, and finding efficiencies or ways that you did it, and what helped you through that challenge, and being able to apply what you've learnt from those challenges to your current challenge. And then obviously following on from that is, once you complete that challenge, go back and reflect on that straight away and find your lessons learnt, so that when you start the next challenge, you've already got them banked, and it'll make that challenge simpler because you already have part of a plan in place. And so that's my acronym, STAR.
STAR.
Don't forget it.
Down the side, screen, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm going to need to write that down. It'll be like our AAR point.
Next year when you do your run, you have to have a little star. Just
So, no, because then I'm going to have to pay more royalties. I'll be going broke. Just referring back to what you've done. Mate, look, and has that something that's been like shaped the way that you've done things anyway? Like how did that come about? Is that a way to just give advice, like obviously for this, but is that something you typically do anyway? Follow that?
No, I'm probably a loner. I probably don't ask for help. This is what we should do. And prime example of, if you do it, if you ask for help, it'll come.
If you build it.
Don't be an island. So I definitely reflect, and try and build up that, personal help profile.
Yep.
But as far as the acronym, that was just me thinking about, reflecting and thinking about my past experiences and how I could have done them better.
Yep. Well, that start one is for the S is what landed me here, because I was always a little bit cautious about, things aren't in the right condition as what they should be now. It's like, no, the event's not for another 8 weeks. There's a lot of time.
You just got to announce it on Facebook, and then you're stuck with it, aren't you?
Yep. Lock a date in, announce it on Facebook, boom, commit to it. But nah, look, mate, you've opened up about your family situation and how that's running has impacted that, and insights into your Army service, because that's what I'm tying it back to. This is a veteran-based event, so I appreciate that. And then your advice on how to get involved, and just like, I don't know if I've got a park run in me, but you'll be the first to know if it happens.
You won't be able to wear your shirt anymore.
I'll just change it and put a 1 on it or something. I'll get Kelly to make me a 1 every time I do one. I'll just rock up with the shirt and be like, can you make me a new number? But we better get back down.
Yeah.
We've got 15 minutes. Yep. Mate, thank you. We made it happen.
Mate, thank you.
It happened. Not on Saturday, though.
Say cheese!